before I forget, because I will forget. But yeah. Sorry it took me so long to go live. I was twiddling my fingers and I slept in, as I always do. That's what I've been doing. What else? Oh yeah, I was watching the Battlefield 6 stuff. I think it looks cool, man. I'm curious to see what the beta is going to feel like. That will determine if I want to actually get it or not. But the thing is, the mod support part, that's cool. That's really cool. I thought the BR was kind of like a little funny. I think that was like mostly them memeing about Fortnite or something because of the way they revealed it, but because the golf cart and oversaturated colors and everything. But yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Like, I feel like people were concerned about it feeling like Call of Duty. I feel like it still feels like, because of the movement and whatnot, the diving and stuff, I actually feel like they did a really good job with it. It still feels pretty grounded. And, like, the character isn't moving, like, extremely fast. Like, you can tell, you know, they're taking... It's not, like, running as fast as Call of Duty does. And the animations look pretty sweet. Like, the leaning and everything. Zoomers won't like this game. I don't know. I think they can. I think they can still have a good time with it. I don't know. We'll see. It has a little bit of that. I feel like it's an in between of Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 2042, in the sense that there is somewhat like contemporary futuristic elements to it, but it still looks pretty cool. But yeah, pretty cool, man. I'm curious to see this during the open beta, which is in like 2 weeks or something, like less than 2 weeks. Looks more Zoomer friendly, if anything, to previous ones. Did you get enough keys for the rest of us? No, I don't even have a key. I think I signed up for Battlefield Labs, so I would assume I get a key. I think that's what they said. So we'll see. What's Battlefield Labs? That's like their thing that you sign up for to do closed NDA'd testing. But you can dive in the game, and you can roll. There's like a Mirror's Edge roll, which I thought was like, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, what are we doing today? UI indicator, when someone's activated, shows stamina is being reduced. Quality of life, aim assist intensity for controller and keyboard and mouse. Are they still on the Frostbite engine? I actually don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know. Wait, am I live on YouTube? Wait, hold on. I gotta double check. Yes, we are. Okay, good. That's a double check for my sanity. Yeah, they're in like a city level, which I think is sick. I don't know if this is the Brooklyn level. I always love city levels. I don't know why. This is something fun about city levels. I wonder if they'll bring back... They have to. I wonder if they'll bring back the subway level. I forgot what it was called. I don't remember the name of it. I just remember there's a subway. because that was where everybody went, and you just take a machine gun and go, brrr, and then that was fun. I forgot what that level name was though. I don't even think it was just the subway. I think there was like an entire city. It was just during the beta. It was mostly the subway, which was fun. 2012, 2011, 20 something like that. 20 something. Hey Lana, how's it going? Thank you for the raid. How are you? Thank you. I literally just started my stream like 20 minutes ago. I'm like warming up. My brain isn't activated yet. But I hope you're doing well. It's just about to run, but maybe I'll catch you later. Hey, sounds good. Thank you again. Hope you have a great day. Where's Last Crimson? I'm looking for Last Crimson. I ate him. He's gone now. He's inside of me. He's... yeah. Have a great stream. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it goes well. Yeah, welcome everybody. Come on in. Take a seat. Take a seat. Seems like an unbalanced diet. Trust me, I don't eat enough, so, you know. Lucky I can't ban you, mods Lana, for this one moment. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good, Robin. Hope you're doing well. Now that the game's released, a lot of people are asking for more content, which I knew would happen, but a part of me feels bad because it's like, I don't know if I can deliver on that. I don't know if I can deliver on more content. How's Super for Hire doing? It's doing really well. We're like getting close to like 2,000 reviews, which is insanity. I did not picture that happening at all. Yeah, and the game is staying at 90% plus positive. Part of my thinking before the release was like, it's probably going to get down to 85%, but the fact that it's staying above 90% is really cool, and I'm glad people are enjoying the game. How about your wishlist on launch? I'm struggling with the wishlist. So, when we did, so I'll go through some little tidbits. Maybe some people might find it interesting or whatnot. So when we did the reveal to show off that there's a beta that has a third person, that was the announcement trailer, which got around 100,000 views or so. The game, I think, so we had around, I want to say 10,000 wish lists. So we were in early access. We had around 10,000 wish lists or so, maybe 20,000. And it like spiked up. Also, our sales spiked during this announcement trailer, which is really interesting. Pre 1.0 launch. Now though, I actually like, now the game, let me get the actual number. Now the game has an insane amount of wish lists. I was surprised to see that there's a lot of people that still use the wish list system, even post release. We're at 153,000 wish lists now, post release, which I found very, very interesting. But our wish list number on early access launch was like 3,000, somewhere around there. It was not crazy high. Everyone always says, oh, you need a lot of wish lists, you need a lot of wish lists for release. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's very good. I think the point of wish lists is that you want people to buy the game as like in a short spurt as much as possible. I think that's the idea of wish lists. It's not the actual wish list number, it's the conversion to sales. So if you can release and get a bunch of marketing, I think that's the most important thing. It's not about wish list necessarily. I think that's more about like how many people buy the game. And I think Steam also confirmed that. It's just about like the sales and whatnot. People wish list to wait for sales. That's what I assumed, Dark. That's what I assumed. It's just the thing is, on release, we put it on a 40% discount. So I guess people are waiting for a higher discount. Wish list affect the marketing of the game? Like Steam will push it up to the priority? No, I don't think the wish list number is the actual thing that people push. I think the biggest thing is it converting into sales. That's the biggest thing. If you can convert those wish lists to sales, that's the biggest thing. I don't think it's the actual wish list number that affects anything. Like it might help discovery a little bit, maybe. The conversion is the goal. Yeah, for sure. Now, in terms of struggling with wish lists, I don't know, man, because even I was struggling with it. I think it's going to be. I'll let you know once I work on the next game. I think a lot of it is like it's all about like getting that one clip to do really well. That one tweet or that one YouTube video or trailer or whatever. It's literally that one thing that starts the snowball. You just need that one thing to start the snowball, I feel like. Yeah, literally one clip to rule them all. But yeah, we are working on another patch. We've been releasing a lot of patches. So we released fully on 20th of June. So that's been about a month. Since then, we've released more than 13 patches, including some additional content. Well, not content, but like quality of life stuff, being able to customize your crosshair, bunch of controller vibration, some save file backup stuff, various things. Releasing tons and tons of patches. So 20th of June, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 28th, 27th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 1st of July, 3rd of July, 9th of July, 7th of July. Yeah, lots of patches. a lot of patches. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. But yeah. He has not slept? Nah, man, I do sleep. I sleep in. I sleep in a lot. I'm honestly not that hardworking, to be honest. I'm not like the most hardworking person. Lazy dev just places things in level. No. The correct terminology is I'm a drag and drop dev. I'm not even a dev. I'm just a drag and drop guy. Not a real game dev. If I drag and drop. For those that want a little bit of tea. There was a random person that came into YouTube chat like a few days ago and said I wasn't a real game dev because I was in the level editor doing some stuff, and called me not a real game dev for drag and dropping. And then when I told them that I'm successful and I'm going full time on my own stuff, they told me to off myself. It's very interesting. Immediately after I said I'm doing very well, they told me to off myself. that was interesting. Ah, yes, the mouse cord comment. Yes, you should wrap that mouse cord around your neck, ma'am. I don't know why they called me ma'am. The hell? Jeez. YouTube commenter classic. Yeah, that was interesting. And then I told them that was some more tea. To follow up, I called them. I said that it was unemployed behavior, and then someone after, which I'm assuming was probably their alt or their friend, was like, "Wow, you're making fun of people that are unemployed." And I said, "No, it's just unemployed behavior to go into YouTube chats and talking shit." First generation suit for hire dev, second generation. Anyways, that was pretty funny. So there's a little bit of tea for here's my take. Who gives a shit what people say? Just make games, make cool stuff, and it doesn't matter what you use to make it. At the end of the day, if it's cool, it's cool. That's what matters. That's what matters, not whatever you use to make the thing. Unless it's like something like immoral, like AI, I guess, and the way it's used. But, you know, besides that, whatever. Technically, you and me are third generation devs. Second generation is 90s devs. I'm a fourth generation dev because I use UE4. AI is immoral and drag and drop is immoral. Yeah, well, I guess call me evil. Call me Kylo Ren because I'm about. All right. Both hands play recoil animation dual wielding. I do need to fix that. Okay. I don't know how long this patch is going to take me, but it's going to take me a bit. Let's try to also fix this if we can. And then might as well get this done, man. I keep staring at this task and putting it off. Here, when you get a sec, please check hashtag game dev. I need your help. Have a fork in the hypothetical game design road. Got a puzzle game based on directing light with mirrors and some other mechanics to go with that. I built the game with a light beam continuously firing, but wanted to try to changing it to a button you click to fire the laser. I don't know how I feel about it. I like the instant feedback you get from the continuous fire, but I can see it making the game super easy because of the instant iteration you can make. I like the idea of a button. I honestly don't think the button's a bad idea. Right? It's like an attempt fire, kind of like attempt the thing. I think it's up to you. I think it's up to you. I like the idea of a fire button, and you can make it really satisfying where it's like maybe hitting the fire button does a whole like, you know, you can make pushing buttons satisfying. You know what I mean? Right? So it's like, yeah. I'd say, okay, there's two different approaches to this, right? There's two different approaches because the thing is, if you have continuous, it just shows to the player the actual path the thing is going to go. Whereas if you don't have the continuous fire, it makes it so the player has to kind of envision what it is going to be. And that kind of leans a little bit more into the puzzle-esque direction. So it's up to you. You could make it so continuous fire is like, maybe instead of it being a continuous fire, it's like if the player wants to maybe You could do it as like a quality of life setting if you want, where it's like it shows you what the potential path where the thing will go, and then they can fire and actually activate the thing. But I think from a puzzle aspect, doing continuous fire, I think, removes a little bit of the thinking that's involved with it. And at the end of the day, this is a puzzle game, right? So I would ask that question to yourself. Make it continuous and have things you don't want to hit with the beam. Makes you think if you want to put a mirror or you might fail. That's another thing. If you want to do that, you could do that. You could have fail states where it's like if you hit the wrong thing, it resets all your mirrors. It's another way of going about it, right? That's another way that you could kind of do that. It's up to you how far and how crazy you want to get it with it. Maybe you do it so it's like sometimes you could make it so maybe each level has a different way of approaching it. Maybe some of them are continuous. Maybe some of them are like a burst where every 5 seconds it goes off or some shit. I don't know. It could be like, you have a bunch of different approaches with that. I like the idea of potentially failing it. You know, that could also be interesting. I'd say play around with it with a bunch of different puzzles, because I assume at some point you're going to have some different mechanics that come into play and whatnot, right? Low perspective, you might have 3 or 5 attempt fire. Yeah, that could also be cool. You have multiple attempts, and it's like maybe once the attempts are over, then you have to it resets all of it, and you have to do it again. Might get annoying. That might be annoying, but again, I play test it. You know what I mean? Give it a try. I imagine some folks today still start with something like Monogame because they hear their favorite game is made using it. Honestly, man, I used UE4 because I heard about it, and I feel like most game devs are probably gonna they'll hear or see a tool, and their first tool will be because of what they saw or heard about other people. Because a lot of the times they're probably coming from an angle of not knowing much about it. I used Unity for 2 days. I didn't really like it, but I didn't give it that much of a try, to be fair as well. Back then, because it was literally my first time doing game development, or second, I guess. And then I used Unreal, and Unreal just clicked a little bit more for me. So I'm sure if I went into Unity now, I'd probably have a much better direction to know how to use it and whatnot. C# would obviously there'd be a lot of learning involved, but you know, I'm okay with Unreal. I'm okay with it. Real question, because I'm known for not shit posting, obviously. If I release my game on Steam, will you take a look at it? It's not meant to be a deep game at all. Something you play like a minute or have in the background, that's it. I generally don't download anything, but if you send me a YouTube video or the trailer or whatever, screenshots, I'll take a look at it. A lot of the times I can kind of see the gist of something by just looking at the videos and whatnot. And then, yeah, if you want like feedback and stuff, I can, yeah. Why not Godot? Well, I'm just naming, I'm saying Unity because that was what I used back then. And I don't think Godot existed. Or maybe it did, it was just very early stages. 12 years ago. As of this year, I'm a professional Unity developer. Unreal bad. Quick restart key binding. Let's put that in the list. Let's put that in the list. Put that bad boy in the list. I used Unity at college and learned Unreal in my first job. I think all engines are great. They can all do really great things. They can all do really great things. All that matters is the person using it at the end of the day. They all have their own challenges, their own shortcomings. It's just how you approach those shortcomings, I think. That's it. Okay. What's the thing that I can start with that's the easiest here? Because obviously... My new favorite engine, Gemini AI, making web HTML5 games so easy. If it works, man. I don't know. I don't use syntax code yet, at least extensively. So who knows? Maybe I will use more of the AI stuff to help me with coding. I probably will to an extent, but I'm definitely going to try not to use it as a crutch personally, because I just like learning stuff myself. It sticks a lot better for me if I like struggle. As long as you don't drag and drop. The drag and drop dev at it again. I feel like I'm giving that person a level of satisfaction for continuing to use their joke. Or not joke, but their attempt to insult me. I don't know. But I take it as a joke now. Love the commitment. You know, I just want the game to be good. Like, the problem is I am going to be disappointing a lot of people when I tell them, hey, I'm moving on to the next thing, because a lot of people want more levels and weapons and stuff like that. Yeah. It probably angers them way more because you're clowning them. I think I already made them angry when I told them that I'm successful. I think that already made them angry based on the fact they told me to off myself with a mouse cord. I think that already struck a nerve a little bit. Let's see here. Aim assist intensity for controller and keyboard mouse. Okay, how can we approach that? One concern I have with this is one tiny concern I have with this is players that have aim assist currently turned on. Now, I'm sure this won't be an issue. If anything, they probably find it cooler to see that, oh, the setting is now a slider, or not a slider, but maybe like a off to low, medium, high, or whatever. So then that way they get more control over how intense the aim assist setting is. I think if anything, because of the fact that it'll be default to off, and then they can see that I think maybe that'll be a cool thing for players that get back into it, or maybe they write a negative review that because they didn't look at the setting. Anything could happen. I hope I'll be successful enough to have death threats. In this day and age, it's going to happen at some point, unfortunately. I don't know if I'd call what they said a death threat. You know what I mean? It's just them saying some stupid shit. Is it set on the highest default wise? Is that why people are complaining for a slider? I don't think people... I don't know if... I think only one person technically asked for the aim assist intensity, but I think what I saw with some YouTubers and streamers playing with controller is that I feel like they might have felt like the aim assist was a little too strong. So I think by having a in-between control, it gives players, you know, more granularity in the way that they want to play the game, which I think is great, you know? I think it's a good thing to have that. So then that way you can kind of choose. I think right now, the controller in third person is like intense. Like it's really like intense. Yeah. I remember my first threat I got over messages for Dark Souls PvP. He said, I will tenderize you. I will tenderize you. You can see how intense it is. Right. I think we could also adjust it based off of the distance, but... So this would be like the highest setting, probably. We got to fix the diving as well. For some reason, sometimes it's just not working the way I want it to. Is the aim assist not working through glass? Did I notice that? Next up, we're gonna make the zombie game a full game, right? At some point, I would like to work on the zombie game, but we're gonna do it in parts. So we'll have the roguelite version that I'd love to work on, which is gonna be very like inspired by No Return from The Last of Us. I think that'll be already a very strong start to try to do all those systems. Like, I think a roguelite would be really fun to work on for that. But I would also like to work on Ronin. So maybe when I'm like 30, we'll probably in 2 years, maybe we'll start working on the zombie game. I don't know, man. Dude, there's so many game ideas that I have. I'm so lost. I'm lost in the sauce. I'm truly back to the struggles of being an indie dev, which is like, okay, what do I work on now? Do I just work on 17 different projects at once? Oh man. Yeah. Someone is saying they want. I don't understand. I should ask. Hold on. Let me write a reply. Make the jump / dodge / slide feel more fluid. I'm trying to understand what, like, I know the dive, I can make it more fluid, but I don't know what's wrong with the sidestep / whatever that was. I don't know what that was. Maybe that's what they meant. You know, Meek. Modding tools in UE are so primitive. I hope they don't make it too crazy, because I think one problem I have with Unreal is they're trying to cover so many different things that I feel like in doing so they're gonna not be able to like make everything feel better. Instead, they're trying to make everything, you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know how to say it. It's like if they try to focus on too many things at once, they end up spreading thin. Yeah. It's one concern I have. It feels pretty responsive for me the most out of the sidestep one, at least. I don't know what they mean by making it feel more fluid. Sometimes I don't know. I have another question today. Do you think you can answer it? Sure, Meek. Hit me. My brain came up with a new idea last night, and I'm almost starting a new project again, trying my hardest to resist. It is very difficult, man. I'm probably gonna be back into that whole thing for the next, like when I work on the next thing, is like I'm gonna be wanting to do a bunch of stuff again. I'm not really sure what they mean by making it feel more fluid. I'm trying to understand from what angle, like how can I make it feel more fluid? You failed to answer me last time? Oh wait, what do you mean, Meek? Hold on, let me see. Wait, what was your question last time, Meek? My bad. Maybe it's the transition back to aiming? Maybe? I don't know. I'll just ask for more details. It doesn't hurt. Boom, boom. I got PSO bundle stuff sorted for UE426. I had to sell my soul and my best friend's soul too to understand what to do. I have not set up any PSO stuff. Honestly, I should. What I recently found is there's a built-in way to do dynamic. This is unrelated to PSO, but it's kind of like an optimization thing. There's a way to do automatic. Let me see if I remember. What is it called? There's a way to do automatic invalidation. Or not automatic, but like global invalidation. Where was that setting? I'm sure y'all probably knows what I'm talking about. UE4 global invalidation. Ah, slate.enable global. Wait, why is it set to false? What? Oh, you know what? I'm noticing something. The HUD shake is incorrect in third person. Oh, interesting. I did not notice that. Okay. Yeah, so how I perceive invalidation with widgets in UE is it basically will set the state of a widget to, I guess, not really render every frame fresh. I think that's essentially what invalidation does. Or the process of invalidation is it invalidates it and then requests it to re-render fresh. I believe that's what it is. Whereas global invalidation will essentially try to, I think, do it not automatically, but kind of automatically, which I didn't have set before. And I guess I have to set this up in my ini file. There's a lot of things with widgets that I haven't optimized all that much yet. I'm trying to figure out. So, you know, something that I need to improve upon for sure. Do I work at Epic Games? I do not. I do not. I just sometimes wear their shirt because they gave me a shirt. Invalidate any other thing rendering to a texture or whatever. The rendering to a texture is called a... Let me just go into a widget. I can just take a look at it. WBP. I know which one you're talking about. A retainer box. Retainer box. Yeah, retainer box is cool. Invalidation will clear as cache, paint, and geometry data. Global invalidation tries to do that automatically for systems that may just need a geometry invalidation versus a paint and such. Ah, yeah. Yes. I do not use invalidation, even though I should be. There's a lot of stuff that I don't do in a very optimized manner. Yeah. What engine version do I use? Currently, I'm using 427. 427. Retainer boxes are really nice. Reuse as much data as possible. Great for mobile, especially. Like one thing that I should be doing that I think would be a good optimization. When we fire our gun to like knock the screen around, we set the location of it rather than like playing an animation. And I think that right here, HUD recoil, that would be, I think we do this on tick actually. I think. This we could probably turn into a material. Can you personally build a house in Unreal, like those real game houses? Like I use a mix of assets and my own stuff. I use a mix. I think building everything myself is like, especially like generic props, like a trash bin or something like that. Like if I can find an asset that I have that does the job, honestly, I think it's fine. If anything, I just retexture it or optimize it and whatnot, and then, you know, that's it, right? You know, Marty, what other games am I working on? Right now, this is the only game I'm currently working on. But I think hopefully by September or after September, I would like to get started on the next game, which would be Ronin. You don't model houses? I wanted a tip. If you're modeling a house, I can maybe help you out, Meek. What's the question? How many gigabytes is the project? The project, I don't know, maybe like 10 gigabytes. But the actual game, uncompressed, I think is 3 gigs. I was watching a video on Ronin. You wanted to scrap it and redo it on this engine, you're thinking? Well, Ronin was already in UE4. I think I would rebuild, I would just rebuild it from the ground up in UE 5.6 or something. I think that's what I would do, because the code in Ronin is just really bad and I'm unhappy where it is. I'll probably reuse a bunch of stuff, don't get me wrong. So here it is, for those that don't know. It's like a cyberpunk roguelite, but the old version is old. It's old. It's pretty old. And I really don't like where we left off with the combat for this game. AI was like the first attempt at AI, so I didn't know what I was doing. I think the only good thing about this demo was the movement. That was, and even the movement is slightly flawed in some respects. So hopefully hopefully we can make it feel better. Love the camera angle when you're wall running, by the way. It looks slick as hell as the slight turn it does. I really like it because it's extremely subtle. I don't think it's going to cause like motion sickness because it's such a subtle tilt. And it constantly changes while you're wall running as well. So it's like if you go like this and then switch the other direction, it'll properly change it and whatnot. But yeah, where it was at, I do not like where we left off with it. I don't like it. So that's why I'm just going to rebuild it from the ground up, I think. We'll just rebuild it from the ground up. Which plugin did I use to make the city and buildings? These, all of these buildings are mostly our own stuff when we were working on this. But I do think the next time we work on this game... Oh, look, the train is here. I think we'll be able to do a pretty good job of it. I think we'll be able to do a good job of it. Wait, shit. Hey, peace out, Miran. There's like no sound effects. I am really happy with this UI though. I think I would just have to make improvements with a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I think I would have to do a whole, like, I would change a lot of this stuff here, I think. Like a lot of this game, I think. I would do differently. How did I build the city? I just used a bunch of just big static meshes, and I think it's also using one of the instance mesh systems that I made, similar to this. So this is actually just an upgrade version of that one, where it's like you just place things and whatnot. The version that I made for that game is the difference is that you can like do a slider that like builds the walls upwards to create the, you know, skyscrapers and whatnot. And then I think we also had a dynamic system to generate the floor on its own. But yeah, I think we're gonna just start from the ground up for this project. I think we'll be able to make something a lot better. No, I didn't use a plugin to build the city. Yeah. What is this? All right. Anyways. Oh, that was fun. But I'm probably just gonna reuse. I'll probably reuse some assets, but I'll just make it from scratch, I think, honestly. Because for that project, I started using ALS, and I think that's when I learned I don't ever want to use ALS again. The Advanced Locomotion System stuff. Gasp? No, I probably wouldn't even use Gasp either. Well, maybe I might use Gasp for some of the animations. I'm sure there's some really good animations there. I still, dude, I was so excited for Gasp when they announced it. And then I still, to this day, have not even downloaded it to see what it's like. So I want to see what, like, things they did. Okay, UI indicator when slow-mo is activated shows stamina is being reduced. Okay, so... What happened to your teammates? Oh, it just, like... come and go, right? Contractor basis. Probably worth downloading it to steal the concepts. Well, it's more so like I just want to see, because it has some pretty good animations. I wouldn't mind just taking some of the animations and using it. Game will be so much stronger because you leveled up a Soufire like crazy. I think so. I think in all facets of game development, I think I'll be able to do a better job, from game design to hopefully level design to sound design, to a whole bunch of stuff. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see how much I can improve. Going back and redoing it will be better. Honestly, I think redoing it will be a lot easier for me. I honestly think I could probably rebuild it from the ground up in a way better way, and it'll probably take me way less time. It'll probably take me way less time too. I'm sure the little subtle details will still take me a bit to get back into it, because there are a lot of little subtle details I randomly put into that game. So, you know, all I can do is just go back to the project and see kind of like what I did and then try to remake it in a proper way. without using a huge abundance of duct tape. When I was done with our character controller for my studios game, I immediately wanted to go back and redo it. That's game development for you. You take so long to make something and you're like, well, you know, I can do a better job of this. It's like, well, at some point we got to be like, all right, we're done. At some point you got to be like, well, you know, now the game is done. So it's like, at some point you got to call it quits and be like, all right, moving on. So, instead of this being a solid color, I think we want the fill image to be a material. So then I can modify it. Yeah, I have a custom tool for doing all my stuff. You asked if I would release it. Maybe. You know, I wanted to at least actually release a version of it at one point, but we'll see if I get around to doing that. I was gonna make like a whole like toolkit kind of thing. We'll see if I have the time to do that. I think the problem with the toolkit is you get into like code territory and then a bunch of people are gonna start. The problem with being a marketplace asset when you start doing code plugins is that you're gonna get so many people asking for support. Do I know City Build? I've seen it, but I don't know if I like big tools like that, I guess. I'm sure it's like really good. I've seen it though. I think it's cool. It's cool. Why am I listening to Undertale now? I was thinking about that. Releasing tool we make for our game would probably take 5x the work to make it usable for a wider audience. I'd have to completely rebuild this wall system to make it work for like a wider audience because it is like super hacky and like the UX of it is pretty awful and I don't know. I just want to make games, man. I just want to make games. Making games is already enough. I have to be like a tech support for the players and stuff like that in some scenarios. You know what I mean? Like it's already a lot. I don't want to get in the education space. I really probably don't want to get back into the marketplace space, although I do think it is a very good thing for people to get into. I kind of just want to make video games. You know what I mean? I kind of just want to make some video games. Is this the confirmation that we're truly never getting your elite modeling course? I will still make, well, not modeling, but although one day I will make like a full modeling video. I will still one day release the Crimson Unreal Manual. We will get to that point. I do want to do this because a lot of people in Twitch chat will ask, how do I get started? Stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I'll instead just be like, hey, here you go. Read this. Here, take this. And use this. And I'll, yeah, I think this, maybe we'll work on this after Suit for Hire is like mostly done. Just as like a in-between. without getting straight into the next game. Maybe I can give myself a little bit of a break. But by no means am I going to be answering a bunch of questions on this thing, because I got shit to do. I'm not going to be like, there's no shade to any of these YouTubers that do this. They go from making games to just making educational content. I like helping people and teaching people things. I like doing it. I'm cool to do it on stream and stuff, right? I have no issue with that. I enjoy it. But at the same time, I just want to make video games. Am I considering adding a cover system? I don't think so. I don't think it fits this game. Unless it's like a little animation thing. I don't think it makes sense for a run and gun game to have a cover system. Like, are we talking cover system as in like you click a button and you snap to the wall or something, like Division style or whatever? I feel like it doesn't really make any sense. I think the closest I would do, if I really wanted to, is maybe do like a little bit of animation stuff. Or maybe if you're like close up to a wall, maybe we like add a bit of interactability. Or maybe if like, maybe you're crouching under a surface, maybe you like tuck your head down. Like that we could do. But I don't think a cover system makes sense for this game, because it's like a run and gun game a lot of the time. Now, that being said, there are different play styles, so I won't disregard that, but like a cover system where you like snap to the wall and stuff, I just don't think is like a worthwhile thing to put in. Why are we so zoomed out? Why am I so zoomed out? Oh, there we go. What the? That was weird. Coffee or no coffee? It's 11 p.m. and I want some. You got some decaf? You got some decaf beans, Bane? This is why you gotta find a good decaf brand, in my opinion, for those moments where you want coffee really late. No decaf? Sad, man. Can you show me how you build a big world ground without tracking textures there? Okay, maybe that might be a little bit too much. You know, I'm okay. Add a landscape in and slap a material in that fucker. There you go. Big world. Big world. Am I considering adding more counter and execution animations? I'd like to. Animations are a tough one, though. I think before I start adding more animations, I want to try to polish and fix up the syncing on when you execute. Sometimes it gets a little buggy. I'd like to fix that first before adding new ones. Fall Guys, but everyone's on a pizza delivery scooter. I had an idea for like a friend slop game where it's like rally, but like a void or like a thing is eating the world and you have to like, your friends are rallying. But the problem with every person having their own car is then you're not really interacting with each other. You know what I mean? The other idea that I randomly had in a Discord we were talking about was like, what kind of a friend slop game can you, you know, do, right? And it's like, one of the ideas was doing like a Snowpiercer, like train type of thing, where it's like you're on a train and you're like going through like a procedural generated world and you can like leave the train and gather resources in random little spots. And you have to keep the train going to an end point. That was an idea. That could be a goofy, fun idea. Friend slop. I haven't seen a single sink in the game. Lots of toilets, though. There are actually sinks. And let me tell you, I modeled one of them. It's a great sink. I made it myself. Modeled it in Blender. It's got gold or brass or some. It's even got whatever that's called. Whatever that is. It's a hole. Plumbing and shit. A drain? I guess it's a drain. That's a sinkhole. No, that's just a hole. A sinkhole means it sinks. I guess it is a sinkhole because it's a hole in a sink. This is what impressed me the most so far. This bathroom, it's a good looking bathroom, man. It's a good looking bathroom. It's a good looking bathroom. There's a little bit of piss everywhere, or whatever that little cheese slices. I like this bathroom. I know which one this is. This is the bathroom in Chop Shop. Yep. Yeah. I know my game. I know my game. I know my video game. I know my bathrooms. I know my bathrooms. I know the games that inspired you, but what movies inspired you? John Wick, obviously. Extraction, Jason Bourne, all the Bourne movies. Some of the James Bond movies as well. I watched a little bit of Monkey Man. I didn't watch enough of it. I do need to watch it. What are some other action movies? John Woo, a bunch of John Woo movies, like Hard Boiled. I think that's a John Woo movie. There's a bunch of other ones I forget. In terms of shows, Punisher. Even some Daredevil sequences I think are cool. I can't think of other action movies off the top of my head right now. I'd have to like literally search up action movies. I listen, I ain't no Northern Lion. I can't remember everything off the top of my head. Yeah, I think those are the big ones though. Those are like the big ones on the list, I would say. Those are probably the big ones in the list. Anything with like tactical stuff. Oh, Matrix, obviously. Matrix. Can't forget Matrix, man. Man. How could I forget? Yeah. Those are probably the biggest ones though. Those are probably the biggest ones. Honestly though, I think my biggest inspiration though, is I think I'm realizing I think the things that brings out the most creativity for me is not visual content, but actually audible content, like music. I think music can be an extremely inspiring, like, creativity thing that is, like, slept on. Sponsored by Audible. No, not Audible as in, like just music. Just things that you hear. Ear stuff. Audio. What else are you thinking of adding besides bug fixes? About the game and finished it? It's exactly the John Wick game we need. A good job. Hey, thank you. In terms of adding stuff, I can't promise any new content. The thing is, I only mentioned this in the release post, and I know, you know, I don't talk about it often, but I do see most of the game being feature complete or content complete. If I do add new content, it's just because I felt like adding it in, or maybe there was a good opportunity for me to do so. I think one thing that I'm going to try to do is more mod support. So the two big ones is making maps loadable in-game very easily, and hopefully releasing some documentation for modders to make it easier for them. And if I can, sort of like mod kit or dev kit or something. So you can just pick up a U project and start working away and make some cool stuff. And then make it so cosmetics can be modded in. Right now what modders are doing is they would replace a piece of clothing rather than adding a new piece of clothing. So what I'd like to do is make it so you can easily just add one in. And I think that'll be neat. Yeah. Nothing crazy in terms of like new maps or levels, new weapons. Nothing planned, at least. I don't want to promise anything. If I do end up putting anything new in, it's just because I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's have a bit of fun with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to promise anything. I ain't no Northern Lion. Thank God. Have you seen the bit where he says Uma Musume is objectifying women? Any gacha game in existence? I don't know if it's objectifying them, but you know. Sorry for not showing up yesterday. I had some drama and had to go. I 100% of the game on Legendary S rank. Dude, Isho, holy moly, man. You know what we should have? We should have a button on the main menu that shows you your entire, like, report. Like, every level shows a report card. That'd be cool, so people can take, like, screenshots of their, like, full progress and whatnot. You could work on this game on the side. I know. That's what I plan on doing. So hopefully after September, I want to go like 70%, 30%. So we'll do like 30% suit for hire and 70% working on the next game. So then that way we can still like push stuff out. And then hopefully by then we have like the mod support stuff and whatnot. If you don't plan to add more content, can you remove some of the content? The bowl haircut is an offense. Wait, which one's the bowl haircut? Is this the bowl haircut? I wouldn't say this is a bowl haircut. Well, yeah, it's not really a bowl haircut. Oh man. That's funny, dude. Ah! Load! Ah, thank you. There's a GLTF importer add-on that supports skeletal vision, maybe importing cosmetics with that. The problem, I have no clue how we'd convert it into a U asset. That's the only problem. I'd have to do like a whole thing. I think the easiest thing for me to do is make it so you go into Unreal, you plug in the right thing, do the right data asset, put in the stuff, make sure that gets baked out, and that's like the workflow. Of course, it will require a little bit of like knowledge with Unreal and skeletons and stuff like that. I don't think I can do a GLTF importer though. I don't even know where to get started with that, unfortunately. I don't even know where to get started with something like that. So, yeah. It's a runtime thing. Runtime GLTF. I'll take a look. I just don't know if that will be what we end up going with. I just know easiest one I can do is make it so it's like people can go into That's cool though. I'll keep that on the side. I'll keep that on the side. How did I create the animations? Are there any ready-made animation sets available? There's a ton on the marketplace. Some of them we created ourselves, and then a lot of the animation system stuff is me making the animation systems. Ah. One thing I'd love to do, I don't know if I could do it. Being able to throw someone over a railing. That'd be cool, man. Being able to throw someone over a railing would be awesome. There'd be something so... But it would just require so much work. And I feel like I should maybe keep that for the next game. You guys know how I am. Whenever I want to do something, I do like to just do it. Alright. Let's work on this material. So, final color. This will be a constant stamina time focus enabled. I have to remember if a material, if I can set the material interface values of this. It can be a U-texture or material interface or an object implementing the Atlas texture interface. I think I have to create a dynamic material for this. So we'll probably have to do that. So the time focused enabled. So for now, let's set it to 1. And that should make this black. This will be a constant 3 vector. We'll make it like we'll make it red for now. And then we're gonna want a texture sample. Let's just pick something for now. Water. Maybe not something that's 2048 by 2048. That might be a little bit overkill. Okay, it's 128 by 128. Okay, that's fine. This will be a multiply. And then we'll hook that up there. Maybe even a divide, but we'll just stick with this for now, just so we can get it out of the way. Any projects you'd like to do or participate in the future? Apologies for asking so many questions, but it's not always possible to talk to someone talented. Well, I don't know about talented, but don't worry about the questions. That's what would I do if I don't stream? And you know what I mean? Maybe Ronin. Ronin. I got a ton of different game ideas that I would want maybe work on in the future or next or at some point or whatever. We got Ronin, which is like a cyberpunk roguelite, which I would take a lot of elements from this game. And Ronin would be kind of like, ideally, like this game's sequel, kind of. Even though it's a completely different like thing. But I'd love to take a lot of the elements of this game and put it into that game. The only thing is I probably wouldn't use the clean suit mechanic. And the clean suit mechanic, in my opinion, is such a huge staple of this game. I have no clue what I would do for the next game. It's like this, but cyberpunk. Yeah, exactly. So I'd want to use a lot of like gun-fu elements in that game for sure. Like really just taking the cool elements, the tactical elements, and trying to use it for that game, I think would be very neat. Or I work on some sort of like really chill, cozy, idle game that I had in mind. Or I work on a zombie roguelite. That was one idea, which would evolve into a zombie survival game, like a full one. I had quite a bit of fun working on like a little zombie game that I made at one point. That's on my YouTube channel. It's this whole like parody thing that I made right here. I had fun working on this. So I feel like it would be kind of fun to do something like this. The only problem is I would want it to be multiplayer. So I feel like working on a game in between this to be able to practice C++ would be what I'd like to actually do. And then at some point it'd be cool to kind of do like a zombie survival-ish kind of game. I did enjoy working on a game like this. But yeah, we'll see. What was some other game ideas we had? We have the Demon Sword game. We had like a kind of like a Devil Daggers style game, but much more melee focused. That was gonna have a lot of like fun physics based stuff that I wanted to do as well. Yeah, a lot of stuff. I thought the day before, yeah, like that whole parody was because of the whole day before debacle. So, and I'd probably do like Stalker with some very slight extraction elements, but the roguelite would be a much more simplified version, really going into like the combat and looting and focusing on the mechanics first and foremost. But I don't know. I don't know what I want to work on. Talking about wanting to fine-tune the arena, I think, too. Not necessarily news content, but I suppose it could fall. It would be kind of adjusting content, but I don't think people would view it as new content, right? I think new content people would view as new weapons, new levels, that sort of stuff, right? But I don't know if I'd go into it. About the railing, hold on, let me just read this. The shooting softball challenges took me 3 hours yesterday. It's not easy to get the golden suit. The shooting through stuff is a much easier in top down for sure. It's much more, it leans into that. Knowing where an enemy is behind a wall is definitely very advantageous. I remember a dev video of the guy making the variable to throw enemies off of a railing or staircase. What happened was the enemies would auto throw themselves off the rail if near it. Yeah, that's probably what I would end up doing. Probably what I would end up doing. But I would only do it, I would only throw them over the railing if they're like, so enemies, for those that play the game, enemies under the hood have a balance or an endurance, and that's what dictates when they would get executed or have the execute pop up. So as you deal melee damage to them, as you throw them into walls, if you kick the enemy into another enemy, that deals damage to their endurance. If you grab them, throw them into a wall, all those things will deal damage to their endurance. I think what I would do is I would only allow them to be thrown over the railing if their endurance is like really low. And I feel like that would be a good thing to do. I've even been thinking of, because I'm sure some players might like this, I would default it to off, but I was thinking of putting in like a little health bar that's their endurance above their heads. I feel like that could be kind of a neat thing for the players that would want to see that as like a little quality of life thing, so you can see when you execute an enemy and whatnot. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know how hard it would be to throw an enemy over a railing though, because the problem is we have to compensate for, okay, if you throw them over a railing, what if they fall but they don't die? Then we'd have to make some get up, like a get up system for the enemy. You know, we'd have to do that. There's a lot. It's it becomes like a mechanic like that. You think of it as like, oh, that's a simple thing. You just throw the guy over the railing. But then it becomes it becomes the iceberg effect, where it's like it trickles down and there's like a huge fucking plethora of issues that get, you know, that come up. Yeah. A vertical bunker you go down, clearing floors as it gets harder. That sounds cool. Yeah, they would kind of turn into like a active ragdoll. So it's like we would have an animation and then some parts of their body would ragdoll most likely. I'm pretty sure that's what Helldivers does. But yeah, that would be a cool mechanic to put in, I think. I don't know. Those kinds of things, I think, push the gun fu element. And I think active ragdoll would have been a really cool thing to put in, but it is, you know, maybe for the next game. I think Ronin, I would definitely lean into that. I think that would be its core focus, is like a lot more active ragdoll stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Like if you dash into an enemy, they could like trip over or some shit. You know, I think fun things like that add to that goofy element. What about drones? When's the ETA? That's dead, dude. That's dead forever. That project is dead forever. Oh god. I'll probably partner up with some people from a like a contractor basis, Felipe, but not on a like a long-term partnership kind of basis. I like doing my own thing. I know it takes a lot longer, but I really like doing my own thing. Yeah. What if I sweeten the deal with $20? Would you finish drones then? Listen, man, Mutant, you can make drones, okay? You can be the one that makes it. You just have a kill zone below the player when they go over, like for the player. Right. Yeah, right. That could be one way. Like if they're falling back, like they can maybe like we put in some kind of like fall damage or some shit. I don't know. Okay. I think we're gonna do a divide instead. Oh. Maybe when we use slow-mo, we make it like a blue tint. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see what kind of texture I can maybe use here. Some sort of texture that would look good. What can we use? No one's made some good mods since it would be a matte mod. The only thing I'm really sad about is like if I end up putting a built-in map modder, I hope he doesn't get upset about that. Mike, the one and only. If I put in some built-in stuff, I feel bad because I feel like that would a lot of his time would seemingly be for naught. I hope it doesn't. It's not taken in that way. You fixed the jump dive bug I reported? I noticed you reported that issue. I actually didn't do anything to fix that. So it might still be in the game. I have to take a look into it. Man, I don't know if I have a texture that could fit this. What am I doing right now? So our current plan is to modify our UI and make it so... What about this one? As you use the slow-mo, instead of the UI just going down, it's going to have like an effect on it. So then that way the player has a much easier time to understand if they're actually using slow-mo and if their stamina is going down due to it. So that's our current thing. It's kind of like a UX. I'm just trying to find a texture that can match this. Nothing is... Maybe I can use a gradient. Why when I hold an enemy, the hold wheel isn't 100% sometimes. Holding an enemy now uses your stamina, just to make it more consistent. I do need to make it so, I was thinking, like we did this with all the other game mechanics in the game. Like while you use a game mechanic, like if you dive and then shoot an enemy, it gives you back some stamina and whatnot. I might make it so when you grab an enemy and you're like killing enemies, I might return some of the stamina. So it's like that way there's a bit of like an incentive as well for that. So I think that's something I might do. Because we have it for the other mechanics, I might as well put it in for grappling as well. So, yeah. Hold space and double tap space. He does the stand-up animation, but now it seems to be fixed. Interesting. Is it that? Playing the, Because there is that happening right there. That I could fix. I could try to figure out the fix. Yeah, I can figure that out. I'll take a look at your post and see if that's actually what it is. UI indicator when someone is activated shows stamina is being reduced. Okay, so working on that right now. Not a huge fan of... Yeah, I don't like this texture. So we're probably going to use something different later, but, you know, it works for now. I don't really like it, but, you know, whatever. Not a huge fan, but, you know, whatever. Okay. Light gradient. Oh shit, I just closed something important. I don't know what that was. Light gradient. Yeah. Just stick with this. Let's get this system in first. Okay, so start this off with default 0. Let's go ahead and set this up so that we actually have material. I'm going to do this. We organizing. I am organizing. Hello, chicken. How's it going? Create dynamic material instance. We're going to set this up as a... This will be the stamina mat instance. Stamina bar. And then we want to get the actual stamina bar, which is a dash progress bar. Good name, me. Good name. Oh, great. The progress bar has a style. Came for the spaghetti. Yeah, I'm a bit of a chef. We make some carbonara over here. We do be making a little bit of carbonara. Ah. I do love carbonara. Okay, now we just need to double check that this is working. The fill image, what is it by default? White. The tiling is horizontal. Interesting. Sure. Let's see if it's working as per default. Okay, good. So now, when we go into slow-mo, let's go into our player character. We want to activate when you get a perfect dodge or clean suit. No. I'm going to make sure that we only activate it when the stamina is going down. And it's specifically you using slow-mo. I made carbonara once while listening to the stream. Remembered no cream, just egg and cheese, but be fast. Ah, you did it the right way. Did you use what's the meat? Pancetta? What's the meat for a traditional carbonara? My mother used bacon, which is like kind of like the different version, but I think there's I think it's pancetta for the I think was it pancetta? For the actual meat. Yes, pancetta. Pancetta is like very fatty. Do Unreal windows ever shrink to be just the close / minimum / full screen for you? I don't know. I've been wondering if it's just a weird bug. I've had that happen to me. Do you mean in like the in the editor? I have had that happen. You can use smoked bacon if you can't find it. Yeah, pancetta is a bit of a hard thing to find sometimes. What up, Johnny? What up, Devlin? You still jamming on the game, I see? I am. Drain stamina, start stamina drain, stamina tick drain. I don't want to put this in tick. Actually, we have toggle time focus in here. I could put it in here. And I believe the time focusing one is the explicit one, the one that you actually like, press. Yes. Okay, so what I can do here is get player HUD. Where the hell am I? Then we want to get the stamina material instance. Set a scalar parameter value. That's going to be time focused enabled. So for those that are curious, in Unreal, you have materials and you can define parameters that you can start like editing in runtime. Here we have time focused enabled. What I'm going to do is when we start doing an action, I'm going to set it to 1. And then when we turn it off, I'm going to set it to 0. So that's kind of what it's doing. Screen space UI design is a lot more straightforward cooking like this. I like the workflow. It's like super easy for me. It's easy for me to grasp. Okay, so the UI element is there. I am not an enormous fan of it though. I think the biggest problem is that we are setting the color of this here rather than setting it where I want it to set. So I'm actually going to set this to white. And I'm instead going to do it in the material. I'm going to do it in here. And that allows me to have a little bit more control with what this is doing. Oh, wait, whoops. I'm not previewing it. Oh, the camera's in the way? Oh, my bad. Shit. Here, you can see a little preview of it here, I guess. May I ask why the game is still on the run? Is the reason more features or just problems? Just mostly bug fixes and just quality of life stuff. That's the biggest ones. That's the biggest ones. And I don't know. I feel like I just kind of want to work on it a little bit more before moving on to the next thing. I think that's my biggest thing as well. I don't like this texture because it has a random like gradient at the top there.
Shit my pants, I did.
Shadow Rocks. T_shine.
Would you be willing to look
The
at
hell?
it?
Ray, thank you for the Prime. I'm uploading a small snippet on Game Dev on the Discord for what I've been working on. Would you be willing to look at it? Do you want feedback for it or just me looking at it? I can take a look at it. Thank you for the Prime, man. I can't do all the VS/C# component work myself, so I'm dependent on plugins. It definitely is quite a bit to get, you know, that going for sure. Bahoa? I can look into it, Isho. Like, I don't know. I think the biggest thing right now is I just want to make the arena mode feel better. Improve it. I just want to improve it as much as I can first. Because I know it's a pain point for some people. They don't like it. So I want to try to find a way to make the arena mode, from a design standpoint, how I can make it feel better. Snow, smoke bomb. Spark single. I gotta find a good texture for this because I don't like any. Might have to import a new one in. Maybe the lines one. Let's try the lines one, but let's increase the speed. And then let's do a divide instead of the multiply. And then let's change the multiply of this. Power? Man, I forget how to do this stuff where it's like kind of mellow it out a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, hold on. Let me change the default of this because it's default to 1. Let me hide my camera so you guys can see. Or actually, yeah. Well, yeah. Or wait, hold on. I think I have a button for this. Here you go. I gotta just move the damn thing. I gotta move the thing. Hold on. Move the thing. Move the thing. Here you go. No, don't look at my windows. Ah. Huh? That's not bad. You know what I noticed though? The bar isn't going down very smoothly. It's kind of going. The spawning of enemies still sometimes spawn behind you in third person. I don't mind, it's better than it used to be. It shouldn't happen, like, they shouldn't spawn directly behind you. But they will attack you from behind. There isn't a system to check if an enemy is in front of you or behind you and defining a score. Like, what I could do is make it so in third person, the enemies in front of you are more inclined to attack you. But if someone from behind you doesn't attack at all, they will do it at some point. Yeah. I see, the thing is, I don't know if I can make it glow. Making things glow is not very easy. Let me see if I could do something though. I like the idea of messing around with screen position. Hold on. Where's my text thing? Text. I know you're somewhere in here. Material. Aha! I wanna fuck with this real quick. Let me see if I can. Ah. You know, I don't know. Ah, damn it. I wish that component mask specifically. If I do a constant 2 and I only have 5 in here, is that going to make it so it only goes in one direction? Yes! Yes! Okay, let's see. Hold on. That's not the way. You know, I was picturing that in a different way. I was picturing that in a different way. Let me see here. Okay, what if I just do up and down? Oh, that scales it. Is that because of its the fill type? No tiling? Let's do no tiling. No, I don't think it's a tiling. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. Let me move to this screen. My bad. Oh, God. Sorry. Listen, streamer for 12 years, but I'm an idiot, okay? It's my bad. Maybe actually, I might be a streamer for even longer than that. Apparently, my streamer anniversary is coming up in 2 days, according to Twitch. What was it? What did they say? Your streamerversary is coming up in 2 days. How long have I been streaming for? Oh, it's only my affiliate anniversary since 2020. It doesn't show when I started streaming. That sucks. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can actually do this. It'd be sick if I can make it so instead of it bouncing up and down, I can make it scale up and down. I don't know. I'm not a shader wizard. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a shader wizard. If anything, I'm an idiot. So this is the center. Wow. It's like moving up and down. I don't know where my constant 2 vector went, but nobody is except for Prismatica. He's insane with it. Happy birthday, Krim. No, that's not what I mean. It's not the streamerversary. It's the streamerversary, not my birthday. Don't remind me about my birthday. Thinking of the partner anniversary? I'm not even a partner. Been streaming for I don't even know how long, and I'm still not a partner. Wait. Oh my god, I've been editing the wrong thing. Get me out of here. No wonder. Been editing the wrong thing. This is what I'm supposed to be editing. Oops. Whoopsies. Bro's just ruining some random shader. I really hope I didn't commit to it. I hope I didn't commit to it. You know, Golden. I mean, in Arena, when you're facing a certain way, the exclamation mark will be right behind. It happens occasionally, but it used to be much worse like 10 patches ago. Yeah, yeah. I made it so enemies only spawn... They have to spawn 1,000 units away from you. At least in third person. So, yeah. Let me check out what you posted, Ray. Let's see. Let's see what you got. Looking good, man. I would say there's one little blending issue with the camera here that I would personally fix, but that is a polish thing. I would say that's a polish thing for me. Looking good, man. I would say one thing that I would maybe do with the fog is maybe feather it a little bit more, because you can almost see the gamified, like how it's like there's a cutoff. It'd be cool to see it a lot more like spread out, blended in, right? I think that would make the fog look better in this situation. It's looking good. I like the, honestly, I like the look of the trees. I like the foliage. The grass is a bit tall though, which maybe that's what you want. Maybe it's like tall grass, right? Maybe that's what you're aiming for. That looks good, dude. Good stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think my main thing would be the fog. How do you make assets to your game? Well, it depends. It depends. If I'm making like 3D assets, it'll be Blender. If I'm making animations, sometimes it'll be Cascadeur. Sometimes I'll use Substance Painter for texturing. So if I like texture a gun, for example. Yeah. I actually don't think I can make this go outside of the bounds. Can I add 2? Will that scale it up? How do I scale this up? How can I make this scale rather than just moving? God, I'm so bad with shaders, especially especially UI shaders. Let's see if I can find one. UE4 widget material stretch. Widget material WPO scale, or what is it called? Not WPO, screen position. Oh shit. Oh, damn it. This might be on. This might be too much for me. I don't know how to make something scale. I'm curious what this looks like. Not the way I thought it would. So do I not have much granularity of where this occurs? Pretty sure it can't stretch beyond the box it's in. Well, we can change the clipping. Right, we can change the clipping. And I think it's, what is this inside of? Let me set the material to the MUI stamina bar. I should be able to preview it. Looks a little ridiculous. So I think if I swear inherit. What is this inside of? What is the parent of this? HUD panel? Yeah, I might not be able to get out of the bounds of it. It might not be able to get out of the bounds of it. Which is pretty annoying. But I guess that's just the way this is designed. I guess screen position. That's for the vertices of a mesh to be manipulated in world space by material. Huh. I guess so an image might just have like 4 verts, then I can't like control the granularity of it. It'd be funny if I could, but I think that's the problem, is that I can't. Damn it. I think this I would have to attach a retainer box to it, which is unfortunate. Moving on. Moving on. We got many things to do. We have many things to do, many places to be. Let's just see how it looks. There you go. Cool. I think that adds a cool little element to it. At least a start, so you know if you have it enabled. I think ideally as well, you see the Q and the clock? I think it would make sense if that changed color. How's the game going? It's going pretty well, man. Unless you're asking Golden, which then, my bad. It's my bad. I achieve that with a scroll function. It's just, so in UE, in Unreal Materials, we have a panner. And I can feed that into the UVs of a texture, and then that'll start panning it. So I can preview this. You'll see it'll start panning to the left. I can also make it pan upwards. But for this, we used the X. Yeah, the weapon gradients are the same thing, using a panner. Same thing as well. OBS scene check. Sorry. It's a panner in here. It's a panner. It pans. That's all it is. They'll take this the wrong way. How did you go from linguini on your YouTube profile picture to, yeah, I game dev while lifting? Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean? How did I go from linguini on my YouTube profile pic? Ah, oh, great. 5 push-ups. Man. Man. Why'd you gotta bring up working out, man? Ugh. Ugh. Do I plan on changing the visuals of the game to a more realistic graphics? No. Probably not. I gotta work out because my chest is awful. Do you have a gouge that measures how many times you can hit someone with a secondary melee weapon before it breaks? There is no UI indicator that shows how much damage the weapon can take. There is not. But gauge. It's pronounced gauge, right? Gauge? No? Is it? Right? There's just a number of times that it can hit something or hit people. So I think the baseball bat, it's 4 times. 2, 3, 3. I don't know why it's going through the wall. Or maybe 5 or 6. I don't know. Katana might be 4. Yeah, katana's 4. So it's just a set number of durability, essentially. Yeah, Mew. Check out the game on Steam. It looks cool. What are you working on? Basically working on the same game. For crosshair customization, can you put a scale slider? It's on my to-do list. The only problem with the scale is that it might make the crosshair look bad, at least in the way that it's structured. It might make it look pixelated or stretched out, which might not be the best look. I'm going to figure out what I can do. Gouge. UI indicator when slow-mo is activated. Yes, so that's done. Done. Looking good. Look at that. Yeah. All right. Next on the chopping block, aim assist intensity for controller and keyboard and mouse. Instead of a boolean, we'd want an integer 0, 1, 2, 3. Zero, 1, 2, 3. Low, medium, high. Yeah, I think that would be a good amount of granularity. Low, medium, high. Low, medium, high. Boom, boom. Ba-da-doom. Yeah, low, medium, high, and off I think would be a good... Okay, so what we need to first start with is we need to change the setting entirely. Let me open this up first. UI, gameplay. Then game instance. And then let's go event graph. And let's go to aim assist. Game, controller aim assist. Game, what? Why is mouse aim assist all the way over here? Why do you have to do that, man? Okay, so register integer CVAR setting instead. Am I gonna break the game for... No, because built in, this is not a true or false. This is a 0 to 1. Will it convert it? Would it safely convert that value? I don't know. Let me look at my save file. Pretty sure I have that in there. Oh no, it uses true or false. I would assume it would re-register it. Right? 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 We'll use 2 for the controller aim assist. So we'll do a middle ground value. Right, guys? Guys, it's not gonna break. Right, chat? Chat? Chat, please, chat. All this stuff in UE is so cool. I love UE. It's a love-hate relationship. I love it, and it's also kind of a piece of shit sometimes. Mouse aim assist. All right, here we go. This we want a default value of 0. Rename that. Okay. Grok, is this a good idea? At Grok, is this real? I was gonna ask if you would switch engine after Superhire. I'm probably just gonna stick with Unreal, just because I'm comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with it, so. Yeah, I'll just stick with it. I'm sure the gamers will be like, well, UE5 bad, UE5 slop. I'll just try to make my game good and ignore the noise. And we'll just go from there. And hopefully nothing breaks. I'll just have to learn a lot of optimizations. Okay, so this is no longer a Boolean. It goes from off, which is going to be a value of 0, to low. 1. Then we will have medium, 2 and 3. Common terms, low. This is high. Low, medium, high, high. Medium, medium. Okay. Compile, save. Mouse aim assist. Off, low, medium, high. Okay, I hope I don't break anything. So what I want to check is if I hit play and I go in game. Oh, it's not default to anything. Now, if I quit and then go back in, does it... because it's currently set to false. I could rename. I could rename it. Oh shit. Off 0. Ah, I'm sure it's fine. I feel like since the default value is 0, hold on. Let me go to my engine and see what that tells us. Config. No, wait, no, it's being saved. Saved. Config. Windows settings. Yes. Game aim assist. Game.aim assist. Game dot where the fuck? Game dot hello? Game dot mouse aim assist is still set to equal to false. What's on today's development agenda? We're adding aim assist intensity as a setting, so you can go from low, medium, high. That's what we're going to work on. We're going to have the condensed crosshair UI, so you can have like a deadlock style UI that shows like the ammo count and how much stamina you have right on your crosshair. Hopefully it looks good. I don't know. I got one idea to improve the look of diving a little bit. We're going to improve the office level, which is in the mansion, by just adding some more enemies in there. On-screen indicator. We're not going to get through all of this today. This patch is going to take a few more days to do. But most likely going to span over next week. I should have kept that folder open. Is there a history thing in... Is there a history thing in File Explorer? Where would that be? Man, Windows, why do you suck balls, man? Man, this thing, God. Ugh. Windows 10 or 11? I'm in Windows 10. Wait, how do I close this now? Oh, there we go. Well, now I gotta go back to this. God, how do you make an OS? Like, how do you keep fucking up an operating system? Like, how do you do this? Linux does what Win don't. Okay, so we need to take this default value and fix it. Shit. This is equal. Yeah, I guess it. Shit. Wait, hold on. I don't want to get a boolean. Can I get a raw value of a CVAR? I want to see. Will this give me false, even though it is technically a Boolean CVAR by nature? Well, it spit out false, but is that actually what it is? Hold on, I gotta append it with something. Hey, idiot! Thank you, that's me. I'm the idiot. Oh, wow, yeah, I can get the raw value. Oh, shit, dude, hell yeah. Oh my god, my partner is using a lot of peppermint, and I'm getting a fucking headache. Give me a second. Dude, I'm getting fucking hotboxed by peppermint, man. I'm getting fucking killed here. It's killing me, man. I'm dying here, man. I'm dying here. So we're gonna essentially check if these CVARs are old. If they are old, then we're gonna set them to the actual integer values. So this is going to be our way of fixing this. So then that way we have no bugs at all and everyone is happy. Everyone's fucking going crazy. Yeah. No negative reviews because of the settings menu being old, brother. And what do you mean it's still not fixed? You son of a bitch. Okay. Is it not being saved? Do people really review a game based on the menu? Some people can be very quick to write a review for a specific element of something. Realistically, probably not. Like, this probably wouldn't cause an issue, but you never know, you know what I mean? Okay, hold on. I think the problem is we have to save the menu. Apply and save setting. Well, guess I gotta do that to both of these. Crimson's just picky about his own game, otherwise he would have moved on by now. Dude, this peppermint, I'm gonna fucking die, man. I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die. Alright, show me the fucking... Okay, it should work after rebooting the game. Right? Huh? Okay, well now, by me pressing off, I've now inherently fixed the problem. But that... Okay, it's fixed, but it's not. What did you do? If value is 0, 1, 2, 3. I need to go into the video settings because that's, I know we have some different things there. What is it doing over there? Ah! Oh, it has no input. It has no input. Oh, good. Man. It's understandable in the subconscious deeper way and not business sense. I don't know. I think it is a good business decision in the long run. Because I think by continuing to support the game to an extent where I make it feel as good as it can be within reason, I think in the long run that creates a longer trust between me and what is essentially my first game and beginning of what could be the player base of God Mode Interactive's games. So I think, in my opinion, I do see it as a good business endeavor, right? I think it is a very worthwhile thing. I think it builds trust for future titles. Why isn't this fucking working? I'm getting real pissed off, man. I'm getting real mad. What the hell? Hey? Hey? Hold on. Maybe it's this. Maybe this is the problem? I'd like to announce I'm going fucking crazy, man. Get these error reports off my screen. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Mouse aim assist equals false. Why? Why did it go back to false? You think this is a one big joke, huh? Is that what you think this is? Ah! Styled radio button, option, factory, value mask. ¿Por qué? Why is this? Why is it doing this? Is there something I should know? Huh? What? Typo? I don't know. I don't think so. Game.mouse aim assist. What if I set the value to 0 for this? Is it gonna work? It's gonna do what I want it to do? Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking freak out. Freak out! Alright, hold on. Mouse aim assist equals true. No, brother, it's not supposed to be true or false. It's supposed to be 0, 1, 2, or 3. Man, let me save that. Go over here. Open the settings menu. It should be 2. It's true. No, that's not right. What are you doing? Okay, I'm going crazy. Anybody else going crazy? Because I'm fucking going crazy. I'm going insane. I'm Is there like am I using like the wrong thing? Am I using the wrong thing? What do you say? True. Oh, fuck you, you son of a mother. I'm getting real mad now. Literally the value. Okay. Ah. This is default radio select setting. You are default radio select setting. This doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna go crazy. Hello, Haiti. I'm gonna go fucking crazy. You know what we could do. You know what we can do. Although that means I'm gonna have to change all the code. Oh, I can't wait to do that. Wait, sent int cvar. Is this not the same? Register new int console variable and check config for saved value. Beep, 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 beep. How is it that this works perfectly fine, but then this one comes in and it's like fucking breaking and shit? Hmm? I'm upset. What if I go to the main menu, I hit play, I go to the settings menu, and then I check this out. Okay, well, it shows broken. Well, that's fine. But then I go play, and then I go in the play, and then I hit the button. I hit play. But then I go back here, and then... Is there a unregister cvar? Let me check the documentation. UE for auto settings. Documentation. Okay, okay, help. Help. Okay, alright, okay. Console. Game dot aim mouse aim assist equals false. Equals 0, false. Equals 1, true. Equals 2, true. Okay, it's just stuck as a boolean. So I don't think I can re-register it as an integer, which is really unfortunate. So I think we're gonna have to rename it to something different. New mouse aim assist. New mouse aim assist. I don't know how else I could override it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to rename it. And that means I'm gonna have to rename all of the code that uses it. Not great, but such is life. So I guess we will rename this to Game Assist Level. And then, yeah. Guess I don't need this anymore. I guess that's just... I guess that do be how the cookie crumble, I guess. Alright, so I guess let's go here, notepad, here. Yeah. I suppose this is just how it be. That's not what I meant to do. Thank you. Let me double check that it didn't... Okay, good. Wait, hold on. You don't know? Okay, good. We're fine. Ah! Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and copy these options. Put them into the one below it. For the controller aim assist level. Compile, save, and now when I boot up the game, these should be registered as off and medium. Yeah. No. Yeah. I guess I'll tone it down, the current versions of the aim assist. I'll tone them down a little bit. Yeah. I think UE could basically YOLO till the first 1 million. First 1 million, and then you pay 5% afterwards. And I believe that's on a per product or per game basis. I believe. I think so. Am I cooked if I'm now more interested in my game development than university? I'm not answering that question. I'm not answering that. Is it? So it's by number of downloads. No, it's not downloads. It's all just revenue. All just gross revenue. It's not based on downloads. Unity tried to pull that shit with downloads. Oh, it's funny. Unity tried to pull that shit. Didn't go well for them. Okay, so now we need to go in every single spot and see where we are using this. Okay. What? Still is fucking strong as shit. God, Mint shouldn't exist. It's too strong, dude. So instead of using a bool cvar for the mouse aim assist, we now want to instead do a get int cvar for these specifically. And we want to check if it's over the value of 0. And that's going to be our check to see if we actually have any aim assist associated. Okay. Replaced 2. Next. Over the value of 0. Next. That's it. That's bullshit. There's no fucking way. Mouse aim assist. So now we'll just change all of the mouse aim assist to be the right value. That's already the correct one. And I think compile, save. If we compile, save that, this find in blueprints should be giving me the, yeah, there we go. Okay, mouse aim assist. Register bool cvar. We can delete that. We can delete this one. Compile, save. Okay, we're all good. Okay, we're all good. Now we just have to put the granularity in. That's the next step. And that involves bunch of numbers. Bunch of numbers. Changing the radius of stuff here. The radius will be a big one. And various other things. I did crack a window, yeah. Wait till you see what your freemium game collects. Well, they gotta make their money somehow. They gotta make the money somehow. I think anybody who thinks anything is like fully free is, you know, a little gullible, I guess. Or not gullible, but what's the word? Like, there's a word for that. I don't remember, like, living in a way without, seeing any wrongdoing, I guess. Not gullible. There's a different word for it. I don't know what the word is. Anyways. Naive? Naive. Naive. That's the word I'm looking for. If you release your game for free, the dev, you is the one paying the price? Well, you just... You make the money in different ways, right? Either through microtransactions, advertising, in some way or form, right? There's going to be something there to gain some form of income. Or if your game is fully free, then you know, cool. But most games you see, like mobile games or whatever, there's usually something going on. If literally it is fully free, probably the next thing would be is, okay, it's probably taking your data in some way or form. It's probably taking your data. Yeah. I want to see if that person made a reply to the whole making the diving and stuff feel more fluid, because I don't... What? Oh, go here. Downloading my car? No, my car! Don't take my car. You wouldn't download a car. Just make it more fluidly, bro. I don't get it. I don't know what you mean. It's not a AAA game. This is some fucking stupid indie game. You don't listen. It's not gonna be perfect. I guess for the expectation of a $15 game is for it to be perfect, I suppose. I think I wouldn't mind like more details to know like what can I improve there. Obviously, it is my own job as a developer to determine what can be improved, but it's always nice having more details. Who QA tested this shit? Me. Yeah, me. Might be me. Okay, so aim assist. We have to change the intensity of the aim assist. What is this? Oh, that's third person. Ah, comprende, amigo. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. This is not the right place. It's here. Where's the event tick? Where the hell am I? Here I am. Oh my god. Shit. I gotta puke. Okay. I need a dummy to test this aim assist on. Show me the dummy. Thank you. Let's also spawn another dummy. And additionally, let's set them to respawn. Okay, perfect. So, let's get the controller. So this is the current level that we are in. I would say this is like high. This would be like high aim assist, right? I feel like this is what we do for high aim assist. It's like really snappy. Currently it's set to medium, but I'm going to have an in-between value for that. Also remind me to fix this. If you're on off and you try to scroll down, it doesn't work. Someone remind me about that. That's your job. You are not getting paid, but I would appreciate if you did your job. Remind me in 10 minutes. Not right now, because one of you motherfuckers are going to try to act smart. Sorry. The peppermint is getting to my lungs now. It's reached my lungs. Next game when? Probably goal is after September at the very least. It's got to be good for you? No, I don't know. I don't think so. So you see this snapping? I want to see where the fuck is that happening? Oh. Wait. Oh, yeah, right here. Someone remind me that's 500 default? Never mind. I'll write it myself. What the fuck? I can't tell if this is top down or third person. Where am I? Which one is top down and which one is third person? Wait, which one of you motherfuckers set mouse position? That's not the right one. Is it? I'm confused. I'm lost. Is third person aim assist somewhere else? Hold on. Hold the fucking flip. Oh, it is somewhere else. It's right here, actually. Ah, of course. Why, of course. Although we are going to have to look there later. But, okay, so here I am. Calculate 3 pp aim assist. Ah, yes, 3 pp aim assist. 3 pp aim assist. Right. 3 pp aim assist. So, the thing we want to change is the interpolation speed. So, by default, it is 6. Want to see funny aim assist for explosive barrel? Oh my god. So they were trying to shoot the zombie and then it immediately went to the explosive barrel. See, that's where going more extensive and like, you know, I didn't do that as well. I'll be fair. I haven't done that. Checking for what they're actually trying to aim at, because it definitely looks like they were trying to aim at the guy in front of them. But if for some reason aimed towards the explosive barrel instead. Dude, aim assist is a tough one, right? Because you have to like assume what the player wants out of it. You know? You kind of have to assume what the player is trying to do. Okay, so I think that's a good start. Fire extinguisher is my biggest nemesis sometimes, so fair play. Ah, yes, the fire extinguisher. My favorite. Wait, is this in both top-down? Is this both mouse aim assist and... Oh, using gamepad. Ah. Ah. Does shooting explosive barrel add to clean suit combo, or is it like missing an enemy? It does not add to clean suit, but I know someone pointed it out a while back, and that's something I'm going to look at some point. I don't know if it'll add to the clean suit, but I think ideally I'd want to make it so it doesn't remove your combo at the very least. That's a tough one. I'll look into it. I'll look into it. That is a tough one that I have to look at. Although I'd like to get the mouse aim assist CVAR. Is it somewhere around here? Anybody got the mouse aim assist in here? I like to just copy paste it because I'm lazy right now. I'd like to just copy paste it. Is it anywhere in here? Oh, here it is. Wait, no, I need controller aim assist. Where the fuck? Aye. Oh, it's up here. Wait. Is it? Yes. Wait, no. What? Wait. Wait, what the hell? Ah. I got it. Right, Isho. Yeah, I think it's something I do want to look at for sure and see if, because it does seem like something that could be a good change, because then that would make it so the player has more of an incentive to actually use the explosive barrels rather than avoiding them in some way. Where am I? I'm over here. Hell yeah. So we got 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 is, well, 0. So it won't matter because it would be false. So 0 doesn't matter. We'll make low, I guess 2, 4, and 6. Seems good to me. So let's test it. Controller. So high would be the default. Which snaps really hard, right? Medium would be this, alongside other changes as well, so. And then this is what low would look like. So you have to put a lot more effort yourself into it. There's also this slowdown. We're gonna adjust that. We're gonna adjust that value as well. So it's gonna be a combination of things, I think. The levels are gonna change a whole bunch of stuff. And then of course, if we turn it off, it should be off. So there's no more aim assist at all. Nice. Cool. Just added a melee punch to my zombie shooter prototype. Hey, hell yeah. Hey, remember to fix that off issue? The fuck are you talking about? Which one? Wait, what is he saying? Wait. Should it remind you? About what? Wait, which off it? Wait, I don't know what you. Oh, right, I know what you mean. Let me put it in the list. Fix widget navigation. Off buttons don't navigate down. I know. Okay, I know what you're saying. Sorry, I thought I was going fucking crazy, man. I thought. Going actually fucking crazy, man. Calculate 3 PP aim assist. 3 PP. Aha. So this is what causes the camera to slow down. We want to change these values based on Oh, this only happens on controller. Okay, good. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Should try your game. What did you initially release? We released in early access in August of 2021. We released into 1.0 on the 20th of June. 20th of June. So 0.5 is the amount of slowdown. So I would say that's high. Medium and low would be like 0.8. Yes. Yes. 4 years of cooking. Yeah, 4 to 5 years of cooking. It's taken a long time. We sous vide that shit. We sous vide it. Yeah. but real low. All right, so low feels really good, but it doesn't like slow your camera a lot. It's just like a little bit. The next thing we're going to change is the distance of the aim assist. So now we changed basically the speed. What's going on with my guitars? Why are they making that noise? Stop that. This is medium. Which, might want to change the number a little bit. So 0.5, 0.65, 0.8. 0.68. I like that number. How about 0.69? God, I'm so... Am I really an adult? I don't know. I don't think... anyways. That feels good, man. That feels good. That feels good. Feels good. And then high is basically what the game currently feels like on the current build. So you can see how slow it gets. So the idea is there's multiple things at play. When you start aim assisting, the controller, you can see like it slows down a lot. That's to kind of help you with aiming. But you can see once I go to low, you can see how much different that is. Look, this is me just going full blast. The slowdown is the game doing that. So it's very subtle. The leaves on the trees in the park map are bulletproof. Don't know if that's intended. Definitely wouldn't be. Which park, Isho? Is it the city one? I swear I thought I fixed that. I might even think of like look at how intense high is. Like I know it's really high, but should I tone it down a little bit? Like, see how slow the camera gets when you're aim assisting? I'm thinking of maybe adjusting that a little bit. The Canada one. Let me look into that. I'm going to assume... is it the City Square one, Isho? The one with the sniper? Or is it the one where it's like the park and there's a bridge and a little river and a little whatever? Means the river one? I know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming either the river one or the one with the Toronto sign. The one with the bridge. Okay. In city to park level. Okay, I'll look into that. I swear I thought I fixed that. Maybe one. Maybe it's. Is it a specific tree? If you can, Isho. Take a screenshot of which one. Because I think some of the trees should be set up properly. Or well, should be. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this one to 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. So we're going to change it a little bit because 0.5 feels really fucking slow. I might even want to change the range of this. The dot product range. So We're going to say 0.5, 0.55, and 0.6 for the in range. I'm going to fine tune those values later, just because I'm going to change the actual like sphere trace size and radius and whatnot as well. And that's going to adjust all of this as well. That'll be pretty good. I put it in main on Discord. Let's see. Oh, is it that tree? Okay. Okay. This tree with the green leaves. Okay. Sick. I'm imagining it's just that one. I'm imagining it's just that one. Because I think the other ones I fixed. I swear I fixed it a while back. Let me write down speaks. Leaves are in of vegetation and shops both in city to park level. Green leaves trees. Green leaves trees. The green leaves trees. Okay, that's a good adjustment so far. Next up is in the check overlap enemies. We're going to change, was it here? So equals third person. Line trace. If false, sphere trace. And then over here we have these values right here. So here's what we're going to do. 120 multiplied at 160 divided by 20. 60. 0.75, so 120 divided by 0.7, wait, no, 120 divided by, multiplied by, wait. What's my math? The math is not mathing. Ah, it's 1.33333333333333333333. I can't tell if this sphere trace is only... Ah, fuck it. And then this is multiplied by... Hold on, I gotta be right back. Hello, I'm back. Custom maps for Battlefield 6 are going to be made in Godot. I know, dude. It looks fucking... I thought that was sick when I heard of that. So 120. 105. 108. And then for low, let's do 80. And then obviously if it's turned off, it's turned off. It's 0. Okay. Okay, that should make it so the aim assist isn't as crazy. I think right now we're on medium. So let's try high first. High is basically just OG. Insane amounts of aim assist. We changed the value a little bit. Now let's see medium, which we just checked. And then this is much different. Cool. I've been stuck in the park map for the whole stream. Oh my god. Okay, new aim assist feels nice. It's a lot more subtle and not as crazy. I don't know what it's like in top down. I don't think we've made any changes to the top down one. This is mostly third person right now. So you can see this is the difference. It's still like aim snaps. There's still like an aim snap involved. Right? There's still a little bit of an aim snap, but not as bad, and it gives the player a little bit more control in terms of how... Cool. Okay, that feels pretty good. That's I think that's a good start. Yeah. I think it's a sphere trace. I don't know if there's anything else. Probably, but I think that's a good start. Does throwing a weapon auto-lock? It uses the aim assist system, but it doesn't auto-lock in the sense of like the fucking... You know, the briefcase and Hitman. Aim assist is on a sphere trace? Yeah, yeah. So we use a sphere trace. But we also do other things like slow down the camera a little bit and all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool. I like, those are very good adjustments. I think people will like that. They still get to enjoy aim assist, but they have more control over their own movements, which I think is important. I will say though, I think what we could do is maybe reduce the radius for the sphere trace on low even further. So this could probably be like 100. I could see this being 70. So this is 30 difference from low to medium, and there's 20 difference from medium to high. And I think that's pretty good. How sticky would he be in a cluster? It depends. Depends which setting you're on, but in the current version of the game, it's either off or on, and the on version is very sticky. Like, yeah. Extremely sticky. Am I gonna lock on a hostage? Well, there's no hostages in the game, so good thing that we don't. No hostages will be harmed in this game. Oh, you mean like the body shield? When you have the body shield, you don't lock onto the body shield. So, am I on? Which setting am I on? Oh, I'm on high right now. I think we changed it so the default will become medium, which I think is a nice medium value. We just changed the low to a lower value. I want to see what that looks like. So this is the sphere trace for low now. I also feel like aim assist, the distance of the enemy to the player should also matter in terms of how slow. Yeah, that might be a good change as well. Might be a good change. Yeah, I'm thinking like the distance, we can make it a bit slower as well. That might be an improvement all across the board. But yeah. You're not locking on things, targets behind things? Yeah, we do a trace before you can even do it, so you don't, like, target an enemy unless you can actually see them. So we do a line trace as well to the enemy. So there's multiple checks that occur. Picking targets in a group. It'll target the first thing it hits, which is not the best thing. It should technically be targeting the target that has the most danger. So if you're in a group and there's an enemy with a gun. That being said, I think we also, I believe, check who you're actually aiming at under your crosshair. So if you're aiming at a group, if you're like trying to be very specific, I don't know where my mouse is. I think it will aim at the enemy that's like actually under the crosshair. Or maybe not. Oh, here it's kind of... It kind of does it. I think it's because his hitbox is too big. I swear I made that change a while back. Yeah. It'll start aim assisting at the actual enemy that you're aiming at. You can see it is doing it's doing a bit of weird stuff. Anyways, an improvement nonetheless. Oh. Yeah. Nice big improvement. Next is mouse aim assist. But we've been streaming for 3 hours and a half. I might call it a day. At least for streaming. And I'll probably do a bunch of work off stream. Most of it is just punching in a bunch of fucking numbers and shit. That's all it really is. It's literally just this. Finding everywhere we need to put this. And then adjusting it. Cool. Yeah. Do I have a roadmap for this game? I just use a big list of like work stuff. I don't have like a public roadmap. You should down half a whiskey bottle and play the whole game on legendary. That's the secret highest difficulty. Yeah, in the process, get alcohol poisoning and then puke. And then, yeah. The good stuff. Oh, God. Yeah. Anyways, this is like halfway done. Let me, controller, third person, controller, top down, mouse, third person, mouse, top down. So I think controller third person's done. We just need to do controller top down. It's feeling pretty good. Many years you were growing your hair before that? I think it's been like, I think it was a year or two that I was growing hair. Do I take fan/user input for features? I love this game. As long as there's nothing crazy, if it's like a quality of life thing, I can definitely look into it, but nothing like new content, I don't think I can do, like new weapons and stuff like that. But yeah, you could definitely post it up in hashtag suit for hire on Discord and stuff like that, and yeah. But I am going to head out. I am going to head out. I honestly think this aim assist, the aim assist intensity might be worth just patching in sooner rather than later. But I kind of want to do a nice big patch with a bunch of stuff. I feel like that'd be a nice change of pace, because we've been literally did a patch every day for the past 3 days. And then I guess the 24th. So I might try to make this patch a nice big juicy one, and then that would be nice to put in. Yeah. No, we had it before. It's just we didn't have granularity in terms of how much you can change the intensity. Issue, I have not. I've not done a full legendary run. I think I've done like a full veteran run of the entire game. I would love to do that. At some point, it would be cool to, like, for the YouTube channel, to do like a series of trying to S+ every level myself. That would be a fun little video. Trying to S+ my own game as like a final hoopla. Hoopla! But legendary could be a fun one, and then showing how many takes it takes me to get it done. That'd be fun. And luckily, I can technically track that, because in the... I would just have to create a new save file. I believe in here, it shows deaths. Yeah. So I could just check the death count, and that would be like how many attempts I tried to do. If you didn't know this existed, it exists. It's here. It's you can click this and see all these stats and stuff. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I think I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Friday. Yes. Tomorrow is August. Oh, shit. How's it already August? Take it easy. Have a great day. I'm gonna work on a couple of these other things and try to get all this done, and hopefully that'll be good, and then maybe I can get this done after. I don't know. We'll see. I have to do a bunch of things. Thanks for dropping by. Have a great day, and yeah, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat some burger leftovers. Goodbye.